Hey, everybody, it is Yanni Hamburger back for day number 11. Yes, I am in the studio again today because it's Friday night, and where else would I be on a Friday, right? It's Friday night in the fall. So we're at day 11, and we're doing B movies today, and we're going to do one of the most famous B movies of all time. Vincent Price, Peter Lorre, Boris Karloff, all in this one. Yeah, it's Roger Corman's version of The Raven. All right, The Raven is a 1963 comedy gothic horror and produced and directed by Roger Corman. The film stars Vincent Price, Peter Lorre, Boris Karloff as a trio of rival sorcerers. The supporting cast actually includes Jack Nicholson. That's right, Jack's in this baby as the son of Lorre's character. It was the fifth so-called Corman Poe cycle of 8 films, largely featuring adaptations of Edgar Allan Poe's stories, produced by Roger Corman and released by American International Pictures. The film was written by Richard Matheson based on references to the poem The Raven. AIP released this as a double feature with Night Tide. 3 decades earlier, Karloff had appeared in another film with the same title, this time Lou Lander's version of The Raven, starring Bela Lugosi. So here's how it goes. In the year 1506, the sorcerer, Dr. Erasmus Craven, had been mourning the death of his wife Lenore for over 2 years, much to the dismay of his daughter, Estelle. One night, he is visited by a raven, the wizard Dr. Bedloe. Together, they brew a potion that restores Bedloe to his human form. He explains that he was transformed by Dr. Scarabeus in an unfair deal. Both decide to go see the good doctor, Bedloe to exact revenge, and Craven to look for his wife, whom Bedloe saw alive at Scarabeus' castle. After fighting off an attack by Craven's coachman, who acted under the influence of Scarabeus, they are joined by Estelle and Bedloe's son, Rexford, and set out to the castle. Estelle and Rexford become fond of each other over the journey. You know where this is going. At the castle, Scarabeus greets his guests with false friendship, and Bedloe is apparently killed as he conjures up a storm in an act of defiance. At night, however, Rexford finds Bedloe alive and well, hiding in the castle. He conspired with Scarabeus to deliver Craven to him so that Scarabeus could acquire his magical secrets. Craven, meanwhile, is visited and tormented by Lenore, who is revealed to fake her death to become Scarabeus' mistress. As Craven, Estelle, and Rexford and Bedloe try to escape from the castle, Scarabeus stops them, and they are imprisoned. Bedloe panics and begs Scarabeus to turn him back into a raven rather than torture him. He flees the dungeon by flying away. Craven is forced to choose between surrendering his magical secrets to Scarabeus or watching his daughter be tortured. Having only pretended to desert his friends and son, Bedloe secretly returns and frees Rexford, and together they aid Craven. Craven and Scarabeus then engage in a magical duel. After a series of attacks, counterattacks, insults, fun, frivolity, and everything else in between, during which Scarabeus sets the castle on fire, Craven defeats Scarabeus. Lenore tries to reconcile with him, claiming she was bewitched, but Craven does not want her back. Craven, Bedloe, Estelle, and Rexford escape the castle before it collapses. Scarabeus and Lenore both survive, but Scarabeus' magic is gone. Bedloe, still a raven, tries to convince Craven to return him to human form. Still bitter over Bedloe's betrayer, Craven casts a spell to render him mute. So there you go. Dr. Craven, of course, is Vincent Price. Peter Lorre is Dr. Bedloe. Boris Karloff is Dr. Scarabeus. Hazel Court is Lenore. Oliver Sturgis is Estelle. And, of course, the great Jack Nicholson is Rexford. Film was shot over 15 days. That's right. So, yeah, Vincent Price even came out and, talked about how much fun he had with Boris Karloff in this one. Again, it's one of the best movies of all time. I mean, it's one of the best black and white movies. And, I mean, that the cast itself should be more than enough to put this on a list where you need to see this movie. It is on my list of the 25 movies that horror fans should see before they die. Yes, that's right. The Raven is on that list. Again, Vincent Price, Peter Lorre, Boris Karloff, Jack Nicholson's in this movie, for crying out loud. This is arguably, yes, one of the best movies of all time. And it's one of the greatest black and white movies of all time. Svengoolie's played it twice. And yeah, this gets played a lot when I get hosting Halloween parties. It's one of my favorite movies. Matter of fact, once I bring back the Discord, we might watch it in Discord. Anyways, that's going to do it for day number 11. We're now up to 12. Almost halfway through this month. We'll see you tomorrow.